Now it should be okay. Please respond. Is the audio okay now? No, I got it. Now you tell me. Now is it okay? Please respond, one of you. Okay. Here, idle, ideal. You have to recollect those two words. They go with. I would like to repeat. Literary icon. Icon means a role model. A role model and also a person who has distinguished himself in a particular field, who has made his mark in a particular field. Literary icon means people would like to respect that person. Kannada novelist Bhairappa passes away. Pass away, you all know. Died sounds very harsh. Pass away sounds better. That is known as euphemism. We have got many a time. And coming to novelist, when it comes to English novels, there are two types. One is fiction, the other one is non-fiction. Fiction means someone's imagination, hero, heroine, and non-fiction based on facts and figures. You have to know that also. Coming to, here you can see US President Donald Trump and dramatic shift. Dramatic means not the usual, something like extraordinary, something like kick the bucket also you have to recollect. Something like taking a U-turn. What is this dramatic shift? Ukraine is in a position to win back territory lost to Russia. Actually, when Donald Trump came to power, he promised to bring peace, armistice, ceasefire when it comes to the Russia-Ukraine war. And he has tried for that also. Now, sudden change in his stand based on that dramatic shift. And what does he say? In this war, Ukraine has lost part of its territory to Russia. Now, Donald Trump says Ukraine is going to get back that lost territory. That is like taking a U-turn or making a dramatic shift. Here you can see our External Affairs Minister, Jai Shankar, meet in New York. Global South must work together, Minister. There is a meeting in New York. New York is known as the city of skyscrapers. It is also known as the Big Apple. And what are the names for the US? Big Brother, Uncle Sam, Melting Pot, all these you have to recollect. And today's editorial is also about this particular topic, bilateral ties. But there's one important expression here, Global South. Today when we talk about the world, traditionally three worlds. First world, second world, third world. First world means industrially developed capitalist countries. Second world, industrially developed communist countries. Third world, developing or underdeveloped socialist countries. And India is a third world country. Now we have two blocks, the North Bloc, the South Bloc. North, the global North, the global South. The global North means industrially developed countries, the first world countries. Global South means the third world countries, either developing or underdeveloped. We have to must work together. Must has two functions. One, it is used to express a personal obligation. The other one, to convey the idea something is compulsory. Coming to Palestine issue, government's voice is muted. There's one important word, mute. Mute means silent. Mute H, silent H. We should use the indefinite article an. He is an honest man. It is an honor. That you have to recollect. Here, muted means, you all know Israel has become, I don't want to use that word, Israel has been bombarding and India is not criticizing openly. Indian government is not condemning, not criticizing openly. Based on that, government's voice is muted. It needs to demonstrate leadership, says Sonia Gandhi. Here it means Indian government needs to demonstrate, illustrate, display what? Leadership qualities. It has to criticize Israel. That is what it means in essence. Whose statement is that? Sonia Gandhi. Here you can see Punjab cricketer, young cricket player Abhishek Sharma. He played extremely well yesterday, and based on that, sealing it, India, because of his batting, India could go to the finals. Abhishek sizzles as India enters final. He scored about 70. Unfortunately, he got run out. Otherwise, perhaps he would have scored 100. And sizzle means to do well in this context. And based on that, India has entered the finals. Coming to the main headline from today's front page of the Hindu paper, what does it say? Here you can see a disturbing picture. You can see vandalizing. Lay still explodes into deadly violence. Government blames activist. There's one word here. Still it means a protest. What does it mean? Protest. This protest explodes into, when it goes out of control, we use explode. Explodes into what? Deadly violence. Deadly means lethal, causing death, causing severe harm. Deadly weapons, lethal weapons, deadly incident, deadly accident, all these you have to recollect. Blames activist. Here you can see goes with vandalism. Excuse me. What is the meaning of vandalism? To destroy public property, private or public property, but generally it goes with public property. Then we call the person vandal. The act is called vandalism. And here protest. Asking for what? BJP office torched and Ladakh Hill Council premises vandalized as protesters seeking statehood, tribal status for region, go on a rampage. Go on a rampage, detrimental also you can think of. Ganga, good. Go on a rampage, important phrase you have to remember, means to cause devastating impact because of anger, frustration. Go on a rampage. Center says an unruly crowd destroyed public property, attacked the police, 30 security personnel injured. Unruly crowd. Whenever there is a protest, you have to recollect words like protest, procession, march, slogans, placards, unruly crowd, chaotic, go helter skelter, and loot. And we don't use the word plunder in this context. Looting you can use. And also unruly crowd. And that means chaotic situation. Police cannot control the crowd. When then they go out of control, then we say unruly crowd. And here destroyed public property, attacked the police, 30 security personnel. You have to recollect personnel. Personnel means employees of an organization. And coming to the next one, High Court rejects appeal by ex-corporation corp against takedown orders. Perhaps the company is not willing to take down and it has filed a case, plea, but High Court has refused. You could use those words also, Naidu, Jolster, Millie, yes. Car smuggling racket under a wider inquiry. I don't know how many of you know, last 2 days, a particular news item from Kerala has been in the limelight. What is that? Some actors, I think one is, I don't remember the names, Malayali heroes, two of them. One is Prithviraj, I suppose. The other one is Mammootty's son. They got imported cars and it looks like imported illegally. Based on that, car smuggling, when you bring or when you send illegally something, then we use the word smuggling. And confiscate, contraband, you have to recollect. Very good, aspirant. Car smuggling racket under a wider inquiry. Center approves a scheme to boost medical seats. Approve, give the nod, give the assent. Medical seats, increase the number. Approves a scheme to boost medical seats. Here you can see 15 Palestinians killed in Israeli strikes on Gaza. Israel has been doing that. A lot of people have already died, 60,000 plus, majority women and children. Recent attack, 15 Palestinians got killed. Coming to the next one, India bloc pledges law to protect EBCs in Bihar from atrocities. You all know the word atrocities. We have got many a time. Here, India bloc, BLOCK, block means to stop something. Block, impediment, hurdle, hindrance, bottleneck. You have to recollect these words. But what is this word here? BLOC means a group of people. India bloc, opposition, pledges law. Usually you pledge one combination, you have to know gold, pledge gold. Pledge law to protect ABCs in Bihar from what? Atrocities. We have got this word. You have to recollect words like plea, urge, request, all these. Atrocities, cruel acts, barbaric, savage, uncivilized, and atrocities. We have got many a time. Very good. India is mostly on our side, says Zelensky. This is a bit strange. Why is it strange? On the one hand, UN General Assembly, there Trump says India and China, they are the primary funders of Russian war. That means what? India is supporting Russia. Now here Zelensky says India is on our side. India is mostly on our side, says Zelensky. Quite contradictory. You got to be careful sometimes when you read the news items. That's all based on the front page. Let us go to today's editorial. It is all about bilateral talks, important especially. It is because between India and the US, India needs US, the US needs India. What is going on right now? And we have got a few important words. What is the first one? Cadence. Have you heard of this any time? I think it's a new word we have got for the first time. Have you heard of this? Cadence, counterproductive, boomerang, you have to recollect those words. Part of speech, noun, meaning a rhythmic flow of sounds or words, especially in music, speech, or writing. When some people speak, there's a flow, fluency. Someone is gifted, can speak on any topic, anywhere, anytime, fluently. We say he has got the gift of the gab. Have you heard of this gift of the gab? Word forms, cadences, plural, cadenced adjective. Word combinations, speech cadence, natural cadence of language, marching cadence, musical cadence. Literally, we have never heard. It's a new word we have got for the first time. Usually it goes with music. It also goes with public speaking. When some people speak, they speak fluently. There's a flow in the speech. Then we use this word. In this context, you have to Kranti Kumar Good. Flawless English, impeccable English, fluent English, gift of the gab. You have to recollect all these. And coming to this context, talks between the two countries, the flow. Cadence means the flow. Synonyms, rhythm, beat, tempo, flow, measure, pulse. Antonyms, discord. Discord is a negative word. Any disturbance, we use the word discord. When you see the word discord, you have to recollect two idioms. Apple of discord, bone of contention. And opposite, harmonious. No disturbance, we say harmonious relationship. Irregularity, dissonance, also important word. Example, the orator's cadence kept the audience engaged throughout the speech. Means oratory, once great arts, considered the greatest skill, public speaking. Now it is not that. People need, but not considered separately, respected separately. Oratory, once very popular. And when they speak, they have to speak. Someone has spoken, the flow was there, the rhythm was there, and captivated. Here, better word would have been kept the audience engaged, captivated. Captivating speech means what? Appealing, interesting, captivating speech, captivating plot throughout the speech. That means those who listened, they found it quite interesting. Contentious, another important word, part of speech, adjective, meaning causing or likely to cause disagreement or conflict. Simple word, controversial. Contentious issue means what? Controversial issue. Word forms, contentiously, contentiousness. Word combinations, these are typical combination. Contentious issue, contentious debate, claim, and highly contentious matter. I would like to reiterate, these are very important. Usually what happens, students across the country, when they try to enrich their word power or improve vocabulary, they try to look at the word and meaning, they stop there. That is sheer waste of time. Exam point of view, you have to learn the word profiles. What is the word profile? Any new word, you have to know the word, the part of speech, the meaning, example, level 1. Level 2, word forms, word combinations, word usage, synonyms, antonyms. When you are good at all these dimensions, then you're ready for the exam. And where do they help? Word combinations. English is a combinational language. Today we have exam topics like close test, fillers, word swap, word usage. All these topics depend on this awareness. Synonyms: controversial, disputed, debatable, quarrelsome, combative. Antonyms: agreeable, peaceful, undisputed, harmonious, uncontentious. The tariff on dairy imports, dairy, you got to be careful, remains a contentious issue in trade talks between India and the US. Extended. Trade talks, certain issues become contentious, means what? Controversial. Belie, an important word, part of speech verb, meaning to give a false impression of, to misrepresent. Something gives a false impression, then you can use. To show something to be untrue or inconsistent. Word forms: belies, belied, belying. Combinations: belie expectations, typical combination. Belie the truth. Appearances: belie. Belies the claim. Appearances belie means, there's another saying for that. Don't judge the book by its cover. One more expression: appearances are deceptive. But the problem with language is we have proverbs. I'm sure all of you know the word proverb, but there are two more words you have to know with the same meaning. The other one is axiom, and the other one is adage. Have you heard of these? They all mean the same. Proverb, axiom, adage, popular saying. They are contradictory. One adage says, one proverb says, appearances are deceptive. Don't judge the book by its cover. And another says, face is the index of the mind. When you say appearances are deceptive, it is telling don't judge by appearance. When you say face is the index of the mind, it's quite opposite. You can decide what sort of a person, when you see a person, by looking at his face. Both are entirely, the difference is poles apart, quite opposite, paradoxical. Synonyms: contradict, misrepresent, falsify, disguise, distort. Antonyms: reveal, confirm, attest, validate, substantiate. His calm demeanor, an important word they have given many a time, SSC and banks, means the way you carry yourself, your mood, your behavior, the way you behave, the way you carry yourself, belied the tension he was feeling inside. You all must have seen the movie Resu Gurram. In that movie, the heroine Shruti Hassan, she gets scared a lot, but outside she looks cool and calm. Her cool composure belies the tension inside. Perhaps they should have used her calm demeanor belied the tension she was feeling inside. Have you guys seen that? Some people look very calm, but inside they have so much tension. They feel so scared. They don't bring it out. Next word is, that's all about editorial vocabulary, not too many today. Sang Freud, very good, I do. Goes with SSC. Mixed signals. You have to recollect one expression. Mixed feelings. When you see a movie, when a particular incident happens, the incident evokes positive and negative meanings. Then we say mixed feelings. Here, mixed signals means both positive and negative. On India-US talks, what is the main idea? India must face up to the possibility of failure in talks with the US. Be ready to face. Talks may fail, then it has to walk away. That is a stand taken by the editorial. Purely objective, nothing subjective here. When you see that, a bit difficult to make out, but if you are in touch with whatever is going on right now, you have kept yourself abreast of the latest developments, then you understand the context. What is the context? Two reasons why that trade bilateral ties between India and the US got affected. One, tariffs 25%, then 50%. Second, 1 lakh visa fee. Because of these two, first one especially, the ties between India and the US, they got strained. And now again the talks have been resumed. Based on that, against that backdrop, the editorial provides what is going on and what may happen based on Trump's unpredictable behavior. And if at all something, the worst happens, what should India do? This is a broad framework. Let us see how it starts. India-US ties appear to be recovering some of their normal cadence, means normal flow when it comes to talks, the normal flow again coming back, with trade negotiators resuming talks in Delhi and Washington. Resume. There's a word, actually it is a French word, and when you write this, there should be two strokes above the letters E. Two places, E stroke should be there. It's a French word. What does it mean? All about you in brief, CV, resume. But Americans have converted that into resume. Today, resume has two meanings. One is the same thing, all about you in brief, resume, CV. And the other one, you start to work, you take a break, you restart. I resume the work after the tea break. That is a regular meaning. In this context, that is the one. Resuming talks in Delhi and Washington, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio meeting External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar in New York, and a US congressional delegation. Delegate is an important word. It can be a verb, it can be a noun. As a noun, you all know, whenever there is a conference, imagine an international conference, someone attends, we call that person a delegate. From abroad, people come, foreign delegates, as a noun. But as a verb, what does it mean? Imagine there's a manager. As a manager, he has to do 10 works. But as an individual, the manager can do only 5 works based on the time, available time. Then the remaining 5 works he's supposed to do, but he cannot do. His limit is only 5. He has to give that work to his subordinates. He has to delegate that work. Who is a good manager? A good manager is one who knows how to delegate the work to his subordinates, a different meaning altogether. Here, delegation noun, and a US congressional delegation visiting India, all within the past week. So many developments. The US ambassador designate. Someone has been designated ambassador. Designate, give the title. The US ambassador designate to India, Sergio Gore, has cleared most of the steps, has cleared, present perfect active voice, most of the steps in his appointment, and awaits, await something, wait for something. You all know that. A vote on the US Senate floor. He has done his homework, now he is waiting for the approval. Vote in the Senate floor, on the Senate floor, arriving in Delhi. Before coming, he has done his homework. Now he is waiting for the vote approval on the Senate floor. Officials are even outlooking the possibility of a meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Donald Trump at the Asian Summit in Kuala Lumpur, and even the prospect of Mr. Trump traveling for the much delayed Quad Summit in India. It talks about possibilities. What are the possibilities here? One possibility, the Prime Minister of India, the President of the US, they may meet, one possibility. Second possibility, the US President Donald Trump may visit India. The Rubio Jaishankar talks have been the mainstay, have been present perfect active voice. A lot of students think the moment they see the word been, passive voice, need not be. He has been our student, she has been our faculty. Here it is in active voice, present perfect. It has been completed, the work has been completed. Here it is in present perfect, passive voice. You got to be careful. The mainstay means main agenda, the mainstay, important topics of the relationship since the new administration came to power. New administration under Donald Trump. Mr. Jaishankar is on his fifth officially announced visit in 9 months, beginning with a visit in December 2024. It talks about External Affairs Minister, number of visits since when, fifth officially announced visit in 9 months. When does it begin? Beginning with a visit in December 2024 when he met the Trump transition team. Transition means what? Change. Until July 1st, when he attended the Quad Foreign Ministers meet in Washington just before US tariffs hit India and bilateral ties. What is a bone of contention or apple of discord between the US and India? Tariffs, obviously, initially 25%, later hiked to 50%. Both men agreed on the importance of sustained talks. Both men, representing India, representing the US, agreed on sustained talks. Sustain has two meanings. One meaning, maintain. I could not sustain the interest for more than half an hour. But sustainable goals, using resources wisely, goes with environment. The US State Department said issues including trade, defense, energy, pharmaceuticals, and critical minerals were discussed. In the meeting, in the talks, they must have discussed certain topics, and these are the topics they discussed. Were discussed, past tense, passive voice. Trade talks being led by Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal also appear to be taking a positive turn. Trade talks being led by, led, the Minister, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal, going in the right direction, also appear to be taking a positive turn with hope that compromises would bring them closer. Compromises. Whenever we have bilateral talks, it's not one single track, two-way street. Both the parties have to compromise here and there. Then they can resolve the contentious issues. Appear to be taking a positive turn with hope that compromises would bring them closer on contentious issues, controversial issues, such as market access on agriculture, dairy, and GM foods. Dairy, you got to be careful. And smoothen the path of a free trade agreement with a promise of Indian investments and purchase of American military, hardware, and energy. It is like they have to compromise somewhere, then they can come closer and they can resolve the contentious issues. And these are the areas, bottlenecks. However, now it talks about something contrasting, contradictory. And the writer uses the word however. However, Mr. Trump's recent actions and words have belied any sense of relief. Means people thought initially things would be normal, but suddenly he has changed his stand and based on that belied, not projecting the actual thing, misrepresenting, words have belied any sense of relief in the talks being restored. Because the talks are being restored, they must have felt some sort of relief, but his actions have belied that particular feeling. How does a writer justify, based on this sentence, the decision to revoke? What is the meaning of revoke? Cancel, repeal, revoke, make something null and void. The decision to revoke India's sanctions waiver for its Chabahar port operations, followed by the executive order for a 1 lakh visa fee for H-1B professionals, were unexpected blows. These were completely unaffected. They came like bolt from the blue. Bolt from the blue means what? Some shocking news and unexpected news. His speech at the UN General Assembly made it clear that the US could increase pressure on India to end its Russian oil purchases and will continue to hold its narrative on mediating India-Pakistan conflict in May, which is frustrating for the Modi government as it has denied the US's role. Recently, UN General Assembly, there Donald Trump made a statement. What did he say? He made a categorical statement. China and India and China are the primary funders of Russian war. That means indirectly telling India is supporting Russian war and funding Russian war. Second thing, he has been telling, I am the one responsible for stopping India-Pakistan war. And India has denied that vehemently, means strongly. Trump did not play any role, according to Indian government. It has denied, it has made its stand crystal clear. In spite of that, he keeps saying, I am the one who stopped India-Pakistan war. And these are frustrating, means what? Exasperating, getting vexed. I'm frustrated. Exasperating has another connotation. In a way, it means irritating, frustrating, getting vexed, exasperation, anger, helplessness because of that anger. And clearly stated, he took a stand against India. He says India is funding a Russian war. Such moves may be negotiating tactics. Why does he do that? Why does he target India? Perhaps it's a strategy, perhaps it's a tactic. Negotiating tactics, putting pressure on India. Then what happens? India will try to play it low, will not be aggressive. Such moves may be negotiating tactics to keep India on the back foot in trade negotiations. When someone blames you, you try to defend yourself. You forget about taking a different stand, bold stand. Your focus will be on how to defend yourself. That is a strategy perhaps America is playing to keep India on the back foot in trade negotiations, or an indication that two possibilities. First one, to put pressure on India so that India will be on back foot when it comes to trade talks. Second possibility, or an indication that the administration does not prioritize building a predictable and dependable partnership. Perhaps the US is not keen on building a predictable and dependable partnership with India. That is a possibility according to the editorial. Bilateral ties are a two-way street. And while New Delhi must be ready to deal patiently with more such bumps and hard knocks, India may get a few shocks. It should be prepared. Yes, Kranti Kumar, administratrix. Deal patiently with more such bumps and hard knocks. It must also be prepared to walk away if or when that becomes necessary. This is the main idea. If at all the situation demands, there's a deadlock. According to the writer, according to the editorial, India must walk away. That's the last thing the writer says. Main idea is being reiterated. That's all about today's editorial analysis. Let us go to questions based on comprehension skill. Today also I have brought challenging questions, mini mocks. First you try to answer questions based on reading comprehension skill and listening skill. What is the primary concern expressed in the passage regarding India-US talks? The talks are focused only on military hardware purchases. The US administration may not prioritize a dependable partnership with India. Yes, very good, within no time. Question number 2. The passage implies that the Modi government's frustration stems mainly from. Here stems means originate mainly from. What is the source of the government's frustration? Easy to answer. Based on explicit information. The imposition of tariffs on agriculture, that is not the main reason for frustration. The US position on mediating India-Pakistan issues. President Donald Trump has been saying that I am the one who stopped India-Pakistan war. India has denied many a time. Still he says the same thing. That is frustrating, exasperating. Question number 3. Which of the following best captures the tone of the passage? The tone of the writer, the tone of the passage, the tone of the editorial, any of these. Not optimistic yet cautious. Outright, perhaps yes, you can consider that one. Here and there some optimism, but more cautious. Celebratory, not at all. Detached, no need to write. Bitterly sarcastic, no. Unconcerned and indifferent, no need to write. So what is the answer here? Optimistic yet cautious. Writer optimistic because talks have been resumed at different levels, that too. At the same time, a word of caution or cautionary. If things don't work out, writer says India should walk away. Question number 4. Which of the following could serve as the most suitable alternative title for the passage? Many bank exams they give a passage, they say what could be the appropriate title or what could be the alternative title for the passage. This is a very good question in my opinion and should not be that difficult to get it. India's triumph in trade talks are going on. India-US partnership strengthening the Quad? No. Diplomatic dilemma or dilemma. India navigating US uncertainty. I think answer should be Pravalika and Divya, Ganga. So many students have answered. Wonderful. C is the answer. Question number 5. The author suggests that India must be prepared for what? Prepared to do something. Any eventuality, India must do what? Easy to answer. Fully align with the US on foreign policy. Ignore US criticism regarding Russian oil purchases. The writer uses this expression, walk away. Walk away from negotiations if talks fail. Answer is C. Today we have challenging questions. There's one lengthy sentence, looks like a paragraph. You have to see whether there's an error. There's a new trend. They started giving a paragraph and how many errors are there? Down options, 2, 3, 4, no error. I will give you 2 options. Either one error or no error. Decide between the 2. This lengthy sentence has 2 options you have to choose between. One error or no error. But you have to read meticulously. Choosing the best footballers on the planet is an unenviable task, aside from the fact elevating individual players to superstardom in a quintessential team. So many nice words are there, fraught with pitfalls. First you get the answer, I will give the meanings of those words later. At least one student has to respond, then I will give you the answer. Wonderful, Sarayu. I appreciate. That's really good. Within no time. One word is missing. What is that word? Aside from the fact that, here we have to use a relative pronoun that. Besides the fact that, aside from the fact that, only one student and she got it right. No, otherwise perfect. Aside from the fact that has to be used. That is what? Relative pronoun. Quintessential means something outstanding, one of its kind, and can be a role model, epitome. And coming to fraught with, full of, filled with, important, they have given many a time. Pitfalls means the drawbacks in something. Question number 2. Filler, despite his talent, Dembele, under the pressure at Barcelona and was considered wayward. This is also quite challenging. Yes, now I see some more students have responded with that. Manisha, aspirant, Naidu, epitome, okay, archetype. Very good. Try to get the correct word. Contextual clues are there. One clue, pressure. Another, wayward. Wayward means losing the focus, going in a zigzag manner. 2, here context is negative. When you read something like this, you have to understand someone could not do well under pressure. He succumbed to pressure. That's what you have to understand. How do you understand that? Under the pressure could be positive, negative. But there is one word here, negative word. Then we need a negative word. Here, flourish positive, dominate positive, triumph positive, elevate positive. Crumble under pressure, a typical combination. What is the answer based on that? B is the answer. How many of you have got it right? Good, I appreciate that. Question number 3. Choose a word usage. Choose a sentence where the usage of fraught is used is incorrect. Be careful. 5 sentences. In one sentence, incorrect usage of the expression fraught, word fraught. You have to identify that particular sentence. Under duress also we say, yes, Naidu. Very good. The new trade deal is fraught with uncertainties. Fraught with takes a negative word. Correct? His journey was fraught with dangers. Correct? Their friendship was fraught with warmth and laughter. Fraught with takes a negative expression, negative words. You cannot use positive words like warmth and laughter. That means the answer is, here it has been used incorrectly. Negotiations remained fraught due to mistrust. Negative, negative. The project was fraught with logistical issues. Answer is, you guys got it right. C, wrong. Question number 4. Choose a word most opposite in meaning to redemptive. And the context, the award represented a redemptive arc. Redemptive means what? To excuse someone, to save someone from evil. Save someone from evil or something bad. That means it's a positive word. Here they want the opposite. Means you need a negative word. Curative, positive, corrective, positive, restorative, positive, compensatory, positive. So what is the answer? Punitive. There's one combination you have to know. What is that? Punitive measures. The word punitive goes with punishment. Punitive measures means what? Punishment. So what is the answer here? Punitive is the answer. Very good. You guys got it right. Yes. Punitive measures, a typical combination. There's a new pattern. First you listen to the instruction. Synonym, antonym. Synonym, antonym. The word is undisputed. Choose the correct option. She is the undisputed best. Here you have 4 options. Here synonym, antonym, synonym, antonym. What is the 5th option? All of the above. And you got to be careful. Under pressure, a question like this not easy. Let us see which one you are going to choose. First you have to know the meaning of undisputed. Undisputed player, undisputed actor. Unquestioned, synonym. Debated, antonym. Accepted, synonym. Contested, antonym. Yes, Sangeeta, punitive measures. Aspirant also. That is a combination that should come to your mind. Kavya says 5C. Uday says E. Answer is, Uday has got it right. Sangeeta got it right. All of the above. All the 4 options are correct. Undisputed synonyms are unquestioned, accepted. Undisputed antonyms are debated, contested. That means all are correct. So what is the answer here? E is the answer. And Naidu got it right, Manisha got it right, Sangeeta got it right, Shankar also got it right. That's very good. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched. Have a nice day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much.